What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with our next recap video, and I love how this happens. You're cruising along, you're just doing your wars, not thinking much about it, and then all of a sudden, bam, you've got a hard war. These guys brought it, X-Air, something in Chinese. It was awesome. They brought it hard and gave us a run for our money. Their name fit their description accurately. I mean, a lot of air attacks. A lot of Laloons, a lot of spam Laloon attacks. Their Town Hall 9s sort of struggled to 3-star our Town Hall 9s. I think that was because it was just spam Laloon attacks. There was no real surgical precision about them. I think we'll go real quick here and look at this. 3 stars were 17 to 11. They had 7 of those 11 3-stars were Town Hall 10s coming down to hit our Town Hall 9s. They really, couldn't go Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9 and get the 3-star. So I think that was the difference in the war. We were able to, and they were not. But really good job to them. It was a fun war. We had a good time. Unfortunately, wouldn't you know it, the maintenance break last night wiped out most of my replays. I do have some to show you, but I had very few to choose from. It was just our attacks from this morning. But we'll get to it and check out some awesome attacks from the guys. I'm going to show this one, J-Mass versus 7, because... And I know you guys are going, oh my God, Jake, it's a GoWiPe. I know, or it's a GoWiWiPe actually, but I know. But in wars like this is the one time that I would say it sometimes is appropriate, needed, when every star counts. And you can't be taking, especially they had more Town Hall 10s than we did, 2 more to be exact. So our Town Hall 10s couldn't be taking a lot of crazy risk trying to 3-star bases. Sometimes you got to have that solid 2-star at Town Hall 10. J-Mass stepped up and did it for us. So that's, I don't mean to say that GoWiPe is never appropriate. When I made the GoWiPe rut video, I just don't think it's appropriate for your go-to attack, for your base attack. Everybody builds up GoWiPe. Everybody sends it in. You're not going to win many wars that way, in my opinion. Takes out defense there just with some balloons, just, 1 for 1, or excuse me, 2 for 1 trade there. Then send just a few hogs in here. Going to trigger a bomb and get the CC lure. Right there, everything's pretty much out. I think he's got to send one more maybe. I think maybe he just brings him down. I'm sorry, I didn't watch this one as closely as I should have before we started. But anyways, brings him down low here, the CC troops. Drops his witches, wizards, barbs for distraction, all that good stuff. And then just starts his golems coming along here. I like the spread on the golems. Look how he's got that whole side of the base and even wrapped around to part of another base. Nothing's really targeting his wizards. They're free to just clean up trash buildings and then move into the base and start targeting defensive buildings. Those golems are doing all the work for him. Just sending in those wizards behind, and then right here, the funnel's created. He can drop his, dropping some wall breakers. He can drop his P.E.K.K.A. His CC troops would have another P.E.K.K.A. in it, another witch, heroes, all of it going straight into the middle because he built his funnel really nicely. Right there, something gets distracted. Those skeletons. That part of the game right now, in my opinion, is a little bit broke. Those heroes, those P.E.K.K.A.s were way away from those skeletons, but it's almost like it doesn't matter the radius they're going to go to it. But you see some troops did go to the core. He had a P.E.K.K.A. in the core. He's keeping them raged. The golems are tanking for him. Drops a nice freeze there on the backside to keep them from taking out his P.E.K.K.A. Give it enough time, take one more swipe, and boom, the Town Hall goes down. You'll see he's already at 44%. Still has a P.E.K.K.A. up, still has both heroes up. The 2 stars never in question. So really good job, J-Mass, just going in there, getting that solid 2-star when it's needed. Sometimes you got to do it, guys. They can't all, at Town Hall 10, there's times when it's appropriate. So I want to make that clear, and J-Mass did a good job. All right, moving right along. Let's look at D taking out their number 13 right here. Just a nice Laloon attack, and this is the general. Another reason not to use the general, guys. Drops a giant, which brings the archer queen out, and drops his king and queen right there, just taking the queen out almost instantly. Then they're just going to do some cleanup around that area. And then coming from the top, it's just basically a spam Laloon attack. Just drops his lava hounds up towards the top, backs them up by balloons. You'll see the lava hounds coming right now. Drops all of his lava hounds. Balloons just sort of spread out on the base, and they're just going to work their way in and just start wrecking this base. You see that he's going to drop rage spells right here in just a moment. He's brought 4 rages. I mean, this is the definition of a spam Laloon, and it works great. I mean, no really minions for cleanup. Just letting the pups handle that part of it. Already had 2 lava hounds bust. He's about to have a 3rd one right there bust. So everything's moving through. He's got one lava hound left. You can see the balloons have just wrecked the top half of this base. Coming down towards the bottom, there's only a few defenses that can hurt him left. That lava hound sitting over there on the air defense is probably going to get busted right here in just a moment, because the balloon sort of went down to the archer tower as opposed to focusing on it, which is okay because he needs that to bust. Right there, the balloons have targeted the air defense. They're going to take it out, and that's it. There's nothing else to stop this. It's just a few cannons the balloons have to work around and take out, but he's got enough cleanup troops to get the job done all the way around the base. Just the pups. His heroes are down. It's just the pups and those balloons, but when you've got that, we brought 4 lava hounds. When you got that many pups, they can clean up a base pretty quickly. So good job, Dib. Really like the attack, man. All right, let's move along. Let's look at Geo. Let's look at 2 more. We got Geo taking on their number 16. This was a good attack. Another air attack. We had, I don't want to say a lot. We had, I guess it was a little above average. Their bases, for air attackers themselves, their bases weren't very good at defending against the air attack. Drops a golem, just uses a single golem here, and then brings in, the heroes are right behind it, jump spell, taking out the queen, taking out the lightning there for the CC troops, taking out that air defense. So instead of doing the Laloon, this is just sort of a, I guess what a lot of people would call a cold-blooded Laloon, taking one golem for the queen and then just spamming the rest of it, not spamming, but sending the rest of it on the opposite side of the base, using that, sorry to fast forward in there, using that counterclockwise motion on the balloons, bringing them in. You'll see his lava hounds are starting to bust. The middle of the base is already wrecked. All it's got left is this little corner over here, and he even saved a few balloons coming in on the side there, take out that last air defense, and boom, it goes down. Now it's just cleanup time. Sorry, I fast forward through that one a little bit. Didn't realize I was on ×2, but look at the number of lava pups and balloons he's got left on this base. Just crazy. Just crushed that base. Beautiful attack by Geo. Good job. All right, let's check out one more, something besides an air attack. Let's look at BP taking on 23. Let's see here, right here. Even all the way down, they had pretty high-level bases. You'll see that this is, a lot of Lego walls. Some of his defenses are a little bit lower, like Town Hall 8 level, but I guess they subscribe to the philosophy of working on their walls first. He even has a few lava walls towards the core, and decent leveled heroes. But BP just drops this right here was beautiful. He sent in those hogs there. He dropped a giant for distraction, and then sent in just enough hogs to get through there, trigger that first set of bombs. That's how hogging works now, basically, is you've got to get that clan castle with some bomb, at least one bomb triggered with those, whatever that force is, whether you choose giants, hogs, to get in there and get a bomb triggered. That's awesome. So now this base is already crippled. You'll see he brings all the troops over to the other side, drops his kill squad and his golem right there, and then all he's going to do here, he's going to funnel his troops in a way that they're going to come in, take out the queen, and take out that second set of bombs. So after this is done here, and the golem or the king gets in there and triggers those bombs, this base has no more giant bombs. Obviously, at that point, hogs are going to wreck this base. So beautiful setup, beautiful plan that BP implemented here. And then right there, the second bomb goes off. You see the hogs coming in, just ready to wreck this base. He's got 3 heals for him. He used the jump spell, but besides that, all heals. A few. He's obviously going to lose a few to spring traps, but not enough. Not enough to stop what this force is. You see he's got a few hogs left there for sort of reinforcement to drop on that bottom archer tower, keeping his hogs moving instead of backtracking there, which was nice. Still has 2 heals left. They're working their way through the base. Great heal placement. He's patient with it. He's dropping it around high HP buildings where there's several defensive buildings. That's what you want to look for. And then on this last heal, obviously he's got it right there for the last spot where there's defensive buildings, and the hogs just wreck through that. You see how much cleanup squad he's already got working on this base. The king's right there in the core is about to get taken out by those skeletons and that witch. Then the hogs are going to work their way around and clean the rest of the base up. All right, guys, that's it. Again, epic war. It was a fun one. When it starts getting close like that, everybody gets on there, start getting, if everybody's paying attention, they're talking about their attacks, and that makes it a fun war. So really appreciate it to X-Air. It showed us a few things we could tweak on some of our bases for air defense, so that's always nice. I hope you guys liked the video. Until next time, Jake from OneHive reminding you guys to suck less.